Welcome to the Smorgasbord Podcast, episode 29. We're back. Hope we're all doing well. Today, again, it's just me. And start this off. Apologize 1 second. Gotta readjust the chair. Un momento, senor. Alright. Now we're good. Good thing is that we don't edit. It's fine. Anyways, hope we're all doing well. We got 29 of these motherfuckers out. I start this off with a realization today. So, out of habit, I tend to look back at the very first, at all my episodes that I've done. Oh, yep, that's the light. And I tend to look back on it and see how well it's done and the progression it's made. And I looked at the date and I was like, well, how long have I been doing this? I never really counted time in one of these things. So I just tend to go with the flow with these. And I wondered how long I had been doing this. So I went back, and from the first episode was taking place May 26th. And the date of this recording, this will be posted later, but the date of this recording is August 26th. So I had been doing this for 6 months. We have been doing this for 6 months. I was not aware that time flew by that fast. That is probably the motto of 2020. But yeah, we've been going at this for 6 months now. And I have to say it's been a very enjoyable experience, and I plan to do it a whole lot more. I want to thank you all for the support. Again, I'll say for 6 months, getting out about 28, 29 episodes, damn near 30. It's not bad, man. It's not bad at all. I'd like to thank all the guests who've been on there for those who've been mixed in with the 29. It's been an enjoyable experience so far, and we're gonna keep this going. And that light is a problem. But anyways, I start this again. Just a little realization for me, just something I just realized. But I start this off with a story. Now, at the time of this recording, it is currently the second week of online school down here in Georgia. We are doing online school for the first semester, and the second half is to be determined. Most likely will be online school, but they're planning to try to take us back. I have online classes. I have grown a fondness towards my 10th grade literature honors class. Because the first thing we talked about was we watched this video. It's a TED Talk called "The Danger of a Single Story," which is by some African lady. I won't try to say her name. Just look it up. And her last name, one of the names is Adichie. Her last names. That going to be a problem. But she goes on and talks about stereotypes and how the danger of a single story, defining a stereotype, how that can change a perception of a person and limit it to just one thing. And the discussion we had in class inspired me to make an episode about it, because one of the quotes she said, which really resonated with me, was, "It is not the issue is not the fact that stereotypes are untrue. It is the fact that they're incomplete." And I 100% agree with that statement. And a lot of people wouldn't understand that. What that means basically is, one, that when we talk about stereotypes nowadays, it seems very primitive, but it's in our human nature to do that. It is very natural, and it's like and the reason stereotypes are still work for people is that it's like a circle. You look at the stereotypes, and you have someone like me, who is black and who's biracial, but is majority seen as just black first because my dark skin and all that stuff. Where we fit into some stereotypes, but we don't fit in all of them. And that's the case with a lot of people, and those stereotypes. And for me, I never get upset at stereotypes in general, but I especially don't get mad at them if they're true. Because if you recognize that it's okay to be part of a stereotype, it kind of gives you the leeway to be you, and if it so happened to be part of that, so be it. But the reason I say it's like a circle, it's a matter of, say you are someone like me who is black, so we got fucking endless stereotypes, You play basketball, you like chicken, but you're not a sneakerhead. You're not a sneakerhead, and you know how to swim, and you don't really drink Kool-Aid, and you hate watermelon. Ignorant people who just justify stereotypes and dictate the life will be like, well, that's all you are. So the circle is those people who don't think for themselves are like, well, if that's all they think I'm going to be, I'm just going to be the best of that. And they fit into the stereotypes, and then the cycle continues of just them being like, I don't want to be the stereotype, but that's all I'm seen as, so I'll just be it. Because it's lazy. It's lazy to go to defy against the odds. It's not only lazy, it takes a strong will. Because a lot of people underestimate a crowd of wrong people thinking they're right, which is false. So it was something that resonated with me. So I found it very interesting. And another stereotype, we wrote poems like, just because I'm this doesn't mean this, this, and this. And these stereotypes and all that, in a way, halt free speech. They halt free speech and they hold opinions. And what I mean by this is that we were watching this. We were going ahead and watched this video, and then we went ahead and said we're going to read these poems out loud. But we had the teacher read them because a lot of these people were scared to read it, which I don't get. I kind of understand it, but at the same time, I don't. In a sense, that's just me. My comfortability. This one this one dude, I don't know who, it was an honestly read. He just wrote, just because I am white, this, and goes down the list of, and he brings up the fact that just because I'm white does not mean I am racist. Just because I am white doesn't mean I don't understand. Just because I am white doesn't mean I face problems. He goes down the list about all that stuff. And there was this boy in my class named, I won't say his name because I don't know if he doesn't really know me. And he was scared to talk about, because we were asked to explain our opinion on the poem and stuff. And he said it was very brave and it was very smart and it's agreeable. But he was scared to explain it. He was scared to explain it not only because my teacher was black, but she even was like, I understand this. She's like, go ahead. This is a safe place. We have to respect opinions. He was too scared to do it. So I had to do it. And I basically said, along the lines of, basically nowadays, more than ever, white people are villainized. Whether you did something or you didn't, you're villainized or you're white. And on top of that, you're either guilted into stuff that you either don't want to join, or you have to, or you're canceled. Or you're just racist because something happened 500 years ago. Either way, you're getting thrown on the bus with the majority, which is actually for critical racism. And I've talked about that whole thing too. And I personally believe in my lifetime, what I've seen and what I've experienced, I believe black people are more racist than white people. After catching them from both sides, I believe black people are way more racist than white people. They're racist against their own people, but that's just me. I won't say all of them, but most of them are more racist than white people, and that's just my experience. But overall, I said it's very hypocritical, and it limits a lot of thoughts, it limits a lot of free speech. He's scared to talk about it because he's white, so apparently that means you're not allowed to have any struggle, and you're not allowed to go any hardship because of your lighter pigmentation. I'm saying that they cannot control some historical thing where it's a shameful thing to be white. And I said that, and he really said he appreciated that in the way of saying, no, he said it better than I could ever say it. I'm glad he said it. Because someone had to. And it was saddening. It's really sad when you think about it, that a lot of ignorance in this world is dictating where society is going. And a lot of them get upset when they hear things they don't like to hear, and they, instead of going constructively forward with this discussion, they like to go ahead and just beam it down as me, for me personally, if they saw this, that I am a coon or I am a Uncle Tom or I'm in the sunken place. That was a new one I saw on my Instagram feed, that they're in the sunken place. And again, I think that's a giant hypocrisy, because you to say a lot of those things to say we want all this, we want fairness, we want all that, we want to be treated as humans, to then go ahead instead of arising above us, have us go up, we bring other motherfuckers down, is a problem. It is a big problem. And I personally think it's disgusting. Because I believe no matter what, we are human. That is it, and nothing more and nothing less. Do I think there's bad white people? Absolutely. But there's also bad black people, bad Mexican people, bad Chinese people, bad Indian people, bad Native American people, bad people. Because people are people. You're either good or you're bad. It isn't exclusive to one race. And on top of that, I said that it doesn't make sense. And I said this before, but I'll say it again. To me, it doesn't make any sense for you to say, you should help my cause. I ask why. Because I say I'm a white guy. And it's just like, you wouldn't understand, but you should still support us. No. To anybody out here watching, if I walked up to you on the street and I said, here, sign this contract. And you asked me what it's for. I said, no, don't worry about it. Just know it'll help. Sign the contract. Do it for us because you did something to me. Sign the contract. Even though you didn't. It was something that happened years ago. Sign this contract. You'd fucking walk away. You'd say no, but you can't. So you have a bunch of these ignorant motherfuckers manipulate and guilt these other people into supporting a cause that they either don't understand or never explained or just told to follow, because a lot of people are sheep. And you know who those white people are because they come with that same bullshit sign. I understand that I don't understand, but I stand. No. If you don't understand it, don't support it. Ask questions. If they won't explain to you, tell them to go fuck themselves. Because you must have more self-dignity, more self-respect than listening to the sheep and to the mob of ignorance that is manipulating a lot of America, especially white America, to saying you're evil, which is, again, it's counter-racism. And no one, and the biggest ignorant thing is how you know they're racist, because they'll say black people can't be racist. Bullshit, because colorism exists. And as someone who is biracial, who has been told I am not black enough, because I don't sound like I had a stroke at 6, and I don't slur my words, or I keep my pants at regulation level. I don't sag them. Many stereotypes I don't fit in. I've been told I am less than, or hell, even that. My mother is Puerto Rican. My father is black. I am half and half. I am subhuman. I mean, I'm not they didn't say I'm subhuman, but I am not. I don't belong to them. I certainly don't belong to the Spanish community, apparently, because I don't speak Spanish. I understand it to a certain degree, but I don't speak it fluently. So, I don't belong there. I don't belong here. White people some white people are racist to me, so I don't belong there, clearly. I don't belong with the Asians. I don't belong with the Indians. Where the hell do I belong? But you want me to support your cause, but you're going to then spit in my face. That's why, personally, I can't support it. Because, again, I reiterate so many points because it needs to be said for all the people who are new or just quite frankly can't get it through their heads. It starts at home. It starts with us. It starts with our issues. It starts with us. We cannot go out here. And I say we, because I am part of that group. We cannot go out here and say, fix the world for us. And we can't even fix the streets for us. We'll go ahead and trash them, and we can't even fix our own goddamn house. We can't do that. We can't. How can we give a damn? How can we expect other people to give a damn about our problems if we don't care about them for ourselves? Again, you can bring it on a personal level. No one's gonna care more about yourself than you. You have to love yourself. You can't love anything else before you love yourself, and that is the key. If you start with our own community, start with our own neighborhood, start with our own stuff, do all that, then move forward out of that, we'll be able to go somewhere. But I believe it's a very interesting topic because we talked about it in school, and the stereotype discussion is very sensitive for some random reason. Because people hate to acknowledge that these things exist. And they, what's more, they hate the fact that some of them are true. You asked that whole chicken thing. Yes. But guess what? The problem is not of the stereotype. Like DG said, it is not the fact that it is untrue. It is the fact that it is incomplete. Yes, I love chicken. But guess who else loves chicken? Every other race. I am not just that. I am an athlete, yes, but I am also a musician. And I don't rap, and it doesn't have to be rap. I have a tuba sitting in the corner over there. A classical instrument. Just because I am black does not mean I have to think. I said this in mine, which is very controversial. Just because I am black does not mean I have to think the same way that other black people think. Meaning does not have to mean I have to support the Black Lives Matter movement because I am black. Does not mean that I have to think the same way you think. Doesn't mean I have to degrade white people and can't explain basic discrimination. Because everybody in this goddamn world, in the history of their people, have been a goddamn slave at some point, including white people. So you can bring it there. And I stated that. I said, I just because I am that, it does not mean that I am just that. I am me. I am Michael. Before anything else, before we want to address gender, race, all that. You don't say, I am the black I never say, hi, who are you? Like, I am the black and Puerto Rican kid, 15-year-old, 6 foot, 250-pound male. No. What the fuck that sounds stupid as shit. What would you say? You say your name. Hi, my name is Michael. Nice to meet you. Tell me about yourself. Duh. Then we go from there. It is okay. It honestly gives you a break to, if you truly understand a stereotype and realize that you can't get upset if it's accurate. It gives you a break. It's like, hey, it's fucking okay. It's okay to be black and like basketball. Why? Because it's an entertaining sport. I didn't like it at first. Now I do. It's great. It's just something I watch. It is something that is very interesting. So, to all the people out there who are insecure about the stereotypes and don't want to be fitting in, honestly, just be you. And if it falls in, it falls in. Because at the end of the day, you're not putting yourself under the top of, I'm going to try to be the stereotypical black person. If you are, that doesn't really make any sense, but more power to you. Be yourself and be like, hey, if it falls under, it falls under. If I like watermelon, I'll like it. I tried watermelon. It's fucking disgusting to me. In every facet of the word, in every facet of the fruit, the whatever, juice, whatever. I think it's disgusting. I've never had authentic Kool-Aid. I'm not a sneakerhead. I can swim. I don't really support I can't, for me, my personal life experience, I can't support the Black Lives Matter movement based on the hypocrisies. And I've already addressed that in probably 15 other fucking episodes that people are probably sick of me talking about it. But to guilt a certain set of people is wrong. And it's very hypocritical. I hate when I hear that. I hate when I see that. I hate how pride in America and pride in just being friends with people of other race, especially white, and having discussions, just denounced it. You just denounced it. And it's the same thing. It's the same shit that's been happening for history, except the roles are now being reversed because they were so off. They're going to go the completely opposite way to try to counteract the balance, and it fucking does nothing but destroy us. Again, I'll go here. If you go out there and you sit there, you just tell and I've seen it so many times. There's so many it's so repeated, it bores the shit out of me, and it's so fucking simple to me. It's simple-minded, and it's idiotic and simplistic to go out there and, again, tell somebody you understand. Tell somebody, hey, you don't understand, but you should support us. No. I don't want to. Would you, again, you're forcing them to do that. Or you're saying you're an evil person if you don't. Is it everybody? No. But I'm saying, because 9 times out of 10, even black people don't know what the hell it's about. And I also said, again, the whole poem, I don't have it pulled up, but, that's just something that resonated with me. I found it very interesting how that discussion was talked about and all that, and it was very interesting to look at. It was very interesting, and I appreciated the discussion because it is what's needed to push us forward because it limits our ability to think forward. It is by emotions because again, emotions are fake, actions are real. It's very simple. If you go out there and you just be you, that's what matters. And it's easier said than done because there's a lot of sheeple out of here. And it's really easy to fall into the majority because a lot of the majority is like, hey, you don't do this, you're this. And I'm like, well, no, you're just stupid. So, just something to think about. Also, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Apparently, on this date of August 26th, it is currently mayhem right now. Basically the whole fucking. So apparently this guy got shot in the back. This black guy. I don't know his name. I forgot it because I haven't looked into the case because honestly I fucking see it all the damn time. And to this day of August 26th, NBA is just straight up just boycotted. All the teams have boycotted the games. They've all been postponed. And they're going to look forward to see what's going to happen happen with the fucking players. So I find it very interesting. This is a very interesting move. It's a very powerful move. And we'll look forward to see how the corporations take it. Because the corporations will not really... If the NBA doesn't like it, they'll most likely fine a hell of a lot of people. But I don't think they will. I think they'll have to be like for the save face and to also not have a fucking riot and so many people lose so much money. And their number one ambassador, LeBron James, they're gonna go out there and be like, we understand. We'll just reschedule the games. Fucking don't know what the fuck. Again, I'm gonna have to look more into it. I'm gonna have to go see what the hell happened because apparently, this guy got shot in the back 7 times, and then also there was a shooting with some white guy who murdered a bunch of people. 2 or 3 people injured a bunch and was, I don't know, something about the cops hydrating him. Again, these are cliff notes that I've seen down my timeline. I've been trying not to read them because it's the fucking same story over and over again. And it's very interesting. So I looked at it. I'm looking down my timeline trying to find any of it. It happened in Wisconsin, which, I mean, it's not fucking surprising. Wisconsin's like one of the most racist states ever. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have to look it up. Let's see. It's like Jake something. I don't know. It's like... it's like something. Fuck. Hold up. Give me one. I'm just looking for it. I don't even know. But... I saw clips of the video, and I have to tell you, it's fucked, as always. And that was just going to be another sea of fucking people saying white people are evil. It's not the fucking case, is that there's bad people. Or they're going to have all cops are bastards, which is the most ignorant shit I've heard. And they're like, defund the cops. I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. Just update the shit. Like I said, shit needs to be updated. You guys are going off fucking relics, running this goddamn country. Shit's not being updated. Niggas wrote this shit with candles and feathers in an America that doesn't exist anymore. This is not the same America. It is a better America. We have the privilege to bitch as much as we can, yet we wouldn't live anywhere else. So many people bitch about this country, say they fucking leave. No one is going, and the ones who I respect, who actually leave, I respect them because they actually have the balls to be like, yeah, I don't like where this is going. I'm leaving. But where the fuck are they going to go is the question. They're going to go somewhere more white. They have to. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to the Middle East? You're going to go to the Middle East. You're going to go to Iraq and IM. No. Okay? You're not going to go to Africa, right? Unless you go to South Africa, which is predominantly white. Where else are you going to go? You have to go to fucking Europe. You're not going to Asia. You're not going to China. Especially not now, nigga. No, fuck that. You're not going that right now, nigga. Now. Where are you going to go? Somewhere more white. The same people who swear up and down like, oh, the evilest thing to touch this God's green earth. I'm like, for shit that happened in historically, is it fucked up? Absolutely. But it's a stereotype. All white people are evil. And this is, while they don't say that, that's how they act. And I see it all the time. People, those who are not willing to have discussion, who do not agree with the ignorant masses, or don't agree with the masses in general, are like, okay, well, you're part of the problem. Why am I part of the problem? You're just part of the problem. And again, it brings back to this. If you cannot back up your argument, why the hell are you talking? If you were to say that, again, you don't just make a claim and then just be like, it's because of that. I'm like, why is it that? It's just the way it is. No, it is not. Until you tell me why it is wrong. Until you prove it right, it is wrong. And, you know, and it's very interesting how the argument for Black Lives Matter, you know. I feel like, again, I'm fucking repeating myself all this shit talking about it because it's honestly so fucking pointless at this, man. For me, it is. I'm just like, I see it so fucking much and I just don't want to fucking, like, I don't want to fucking see it no more. I'm like, Black Lives Matter movement, I'm like, it isn't fucking going anywhere for me. It isn't going anywhere. You know, we'll see what happens with this fucking shit of the NBA where they just all decided to not to fucking show up for the game. They just didn't show up. They were just like, yeah, no, we're good. We're staying in our hotel rooms. I'm like, okay, respect it. I respect it. We'll see what happens to that. But to the ignorant masses who are mostly going to be looting the shit out of Wisconsin for their cheese later, or people rioting in the streets, thinking it's going to do something, looting bullshit that is not meant to be looted, right? Destroying shit that is not meant to be destroyed, and giving black people more of a bad name. It's just why, you know. I understand the outrage and the whole thing. Black Lives Matter movement. It's like, the funny thing is that to piss someone off, I could say all lives matter. Just to I'd say that just to piss them off, and they'd be like, "No, Black Lives Matter." Like, that's what I said. All lives do matter. But the whole argument where it's like all lives matter, but none matter. But they use the analogy: if all the houses are on fire, if one house is on fire, it does not mean that any of the houses matter less, which it does. You're technically putting a race above someone else, or a house above a house. You have to attend to that house because it is on fire. Well, interesting, and I give them that fair point. But I also say this: would you care about a house if it continues to be on fire and it's been set on fire by its own people on repeated occasion after you've taught them and told them not to set it on fire? Hey, don't forget to turn off don't leave the stove on when you go to sleep. You know, charge the fire alarm. It's fucking engulfing in flames for the 5th fucking time in a row. You're like, fuck. Why? The only reason they care is they don't want the fucking shit they set their house on fire. I see it that way. And I see it that way in that respect. So I'm like, I understand the attention needed, but it's not a fact of you calling the fire. It's not the fact of you trying to help put your house out. You're calling every fire department but your own, trying to put out that house and sitting out there. And when it's not going out, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You guys are the problem. No! Get the bucket and put out the fucking fire. Same thing. Get your asses up. Solve your own issues, because it's one of two things. Put up, again, I used this in the last episode. Put up or shut up. Fix the problems in your own community where you can then extend it out, or shut the hell up, or leave, get a new house, leave, pack your shit, get out. You don't like it here. It's not fair to you. You don't like this America. Get out. And to those people who say America is worse than it was back then, I cannot respect that opinion because my existence proves that that is a lie. The privilege we have to bitch on this level, to point out the flaws of this country in such a manner, such a level. The fact that the teams in the playoffs scheduled today just fucking decided we're gonna stay, we're not gonna fucking show up. What other country could you do that for? Very few. There's very few. You think you're gonna do that in Turkey? You think you're gonna do that in the Middle East? You think you're gonna do that in China? The fuck? They fire your ass. I understand pointing out the injustice of the world, and I understand not being content with what is happening. But I also don't understand how. I also don't like how people will try to denounce everything. Like this country hasn't improved massively overall from where it started, and how the hypocrisy is mixed with the ignorance, mixed with the sheeple, which is basically the sheep people. The followers are going out there and denouncing all of it. It's like, well, no, you have to give it credit. Again, I'd say this. Am I happy with America right now? No. But guess what? I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. And the only place that you would want to even consider living in are more white. So you're kind of fucking stuck here unless you leave. And if you leave, there you go. That's your choice. Just something to think about. But again, the whole guy that got shot in the back, I'm going to fucking try to look this shit up. Because guy shot in back 7 times. Okay, I don't know his name. I need to look this. Video shows Kenosha, Wisconsin. Jacob Blake, yes, was shot going back into his car. But I do not know why. Where is an article? Again, you're going to have to forgive me here. I'm actually doing my research on this so I can come out and not sound as ignorant as I have been sounding for these past 30 minutes. Unarmed black man incident stirs cries of injustice and divided national urgency. Police shot Jacob Blake, who witnesses have been trying to break up an argument between 2 women as he walked back toward his silver SUV on Sunday, and officers were trailing behind as 3 of Blake's sons looked on from the vehicle. The officer fired 7 times toward Blake's back at close range. The incident was caught on video, which immediately ricocheted across the internet. Police used tear gas as Jacob Blake protests in Kenosha devolve into looting fires. Yep, the looting shit's already begun. There we go. So let's see. Okay, I'm just looking through the article. Okay. So he tried to break up a fight and he got shot. And I'm looking at the video now. You're looking at a reaction. I'm not going to show this on camera because I don't think people need to see this. But I just need to watch it. Okay, so there's 3 guys. I don't know what he's doing. They're right behind him. Okay. Gets in the car. Bam. 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit. Here's my thing. And I'll say this. That was completely unjust. All right. It was completely unjust, completely wrong. We'll see what happens with that. I just watched it. I'll say this, and this is something that sounds really, and it might be a testament to my immaturity, in the sense of me being 15. But for me, at least, there comes a certain point where you have to say fuck the quote unquote authoritarian power of the police and stepping in as the people who put them into those jobs to take it upon ourselves to police the police because no one is watching the watchers. And I'll give you an example. George Floyd. He was sat there for 7 minutes and there were people watching him telling him to get off and he clearly wasn't getting off. There comes a point in time where you have to be like, hey, yo, fuck it, and try to get the guy off and to save the guy's life. Would that cause some casualties and some arrests? Most likely. But at the end of the day, it's not if it's truly about what matters, and that's somebody's life, you have to say fuck it. And because right is right, wrong is wrong. No one's policing the police. And they're in an outdated system. They're taught in old, ruthless teaching ways that hasn't been updated, and they need to get policed by the people. Does that mean going kicking good cops' ass? No. But in situations such as that, where the guy's right behind him with a gun, and say, "Hey, yo!" Or something like George Floyd, where they're choking him out, like his knee on his neck. I would want someone to step in. I would want someone to get him off my neck so I can breathe and live another day. And if you get arrested, so be it. But that's the price you have to pay to get the message across. And I can respect the public outrage for that more than I can for just letting them sit there with cameras, watch them die, and just sitting there. I can't respect it. I can't respect it because if it was someone I gave a damn about, like my friends, like one of my close friends, let's say Alan, who's been on the show like probably the most out of any of my guests. Me and him are very close. Again, we're practically family. We're practically family. If we were related the other day, it really wouldn't change shit. Say we're walking down the street and a cop is going ahead and pulling some shit like the George Floyd situation. Got his knee on my friend's neck. Can't breathe. He's asking to get off. I've asked him to get off. People are telling him he can't breathe. He's sitting there, not doing anything. He's just sitting there with his hands in his pockets. There comes a point where I'd have to rush him. And that would either cost me my life or it would cost me something. But there comes a point in time where it'd be like, right is right, wrong is wrong. He's trying to kill my friend. If I don't do something, I'm going to step in and I'm going to, on a human level, I'm going to save him. We got to stop sitting here and acting like the police us. When in reality, we must police the police. No one's watching them. It's not about all cops are bastards. All cops aren't bastards. We need them. Defunding police is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Just change the system. Just like this government needs to be changed. Just like the whole system of how the country is run needs to be changed. Everything needs to be changed because this shit's outdated on a dead America. We have this shit. They didn't have this shit back when they fucking wrote all men are created equal with having a fucking head of a slave under their fucking boot. These motherfuckers wore powdered wigs when they wrote this shit, and they spoke how the Bible was written. We have these. Look at this fucking shit we have right here. Just in this fucking backdrop is more technology than the entire fucking 13 colonies. We wrote this shit in when it was called colonies. There's 50 fucking states, people. Petition for that. You want to petition for something? Petition for that. Petition for an update for all those motherfuckers, all my friends who ever see this or who might see this. Share it to the motherfuckers who like to post all this shit about the environment, you know, who come out there and say all that shit like, yo, you know, we have to make a petition for, I forgot the Donnie's name, or like people like George Floyd, all that other shit. Make a petition to make America updated. Update America. Oh my god. Yeah, I already saw that shit. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. Oh, no, he's definitely dead. Sorry, it was the same video. But anyways, make a petition for that. Petition to ratify the fucking government at this point. Petition to update the shit. Petition to update the police forces. Don't defund them because we're gonna fucking need them. We still need them. We need the real ones. And I guarantee you, if you do the system, if you fix the system, the ones who are gonna be pissed about it are the ones that you're gonna see who the fucking ones who are snappy, who have the trigger fingers. Get them the fuck gone. All right. Get rid of the bad apples because there was no excuse of, you know, most cops are good. There's just a few bad apples. And, I'll say, in response to that, I'll say this, and this is something that I believe we can all agree on. Some jobs can have bad apples. You can't really say, most of our pilots are good. There's just a few bad apples. Just a few that like to crash into the side of a mountain every once in a while. When it comes to lies, you can't really do that. When it comes to a lot of shit, you can't really do that. The police force, especially. And again, I feel like you just need to update this shit. Update everything. Update it, 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 update it. We're in a new time. We're in a new era. Things are forever changing. Our world is forever changing. We can't go sit here and go by. That's why the Bible is considered outdated. The Bible should have never stopped. If the Bible should have been a forever ongoing literature that went with history, that went with time, that went with how the world is adapting, you'll see the progression and the philosophies and all that shit. The Bible should still be written. At this very moment as we live and breathe, the Bible should have never ended. It's fine where it started. It should have never stopped. To choose a finite point to stop at, then say that's what we should go according by, when we are so far from that time, we can't really live by those standards because that's not our reality. As much as that is, it's not that much of our reality anymore. It should have been kept going. If it kept going to now, a lot of people, you would have seen a lot of people in the Bible who aren't in it because, and it sounds absurd, but if you really think about it, there's a lot of people you put in the Bible. A lot of people would put, probably not, but they updated it. They did it to where they wanted and how I'm thinking of it. They probably would have put people like Gandhi in there. People like Martin Luther King. Leaders. People who fucking push this shit forward. Who, again, if you believe in Jesus or whatever, you believe in the Messiah, you can push that shit forward. And you can tie it back to the old shit and you bring it forward and how it's moved forward in life. And I believe that's a piece of literature that should have never been ended. That's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. But I see shit like that, and it's concerning. It's concerning because, again, I keep saying it and I keep iterating because no one's talking about it. This is an outdated. This is an updated America going by outdated rules. If you had an iPhone 11 and you haven't updated it, what's it going to happen? It's going to crash a lot. It's going to be really fucking slow. It's probably not going to work. Same thing has happened here. We are the iPhone 11, damn near 12, trying to go on iOS for an iPhone 6. If that makes any sense, because I don't really use Apple. So if that, you either got it or you didn't. Again, it's like a 1970s computer trying to run Windows 10. It doesn't work. You're gonna try to play Minecraft Pocket Edition on a flip phone, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Shit has to progress with it. New shit has to come with new shit. Old shit has to adapt. Either adapts or dies. It is that is the natural order of life. If you do it that way, shit will work. And if it doesn't work, it will die off, and you'll be better off without it and can move forward. But a lot of people go by these old ideologies, by this old shit, by the word that hasn't been updated or it ended, so they'll think that's absolute throughout and stands the test of time. Not necessarily, because time waits for no one. So that's what I believe. I'd love to hear other people's opinion. I'm gonna go do more research on the guy that got shot sometimes. We'll see what happens with that. But as of August 26th, shit just went down. Yeah, we've been doing this podcast shit for 6 months. 6 months of hearing my ass chat about a bunch of bullshit going on in the world and in their personal life. Fuck me, man. How the fuck? I also talk to a lot of people, certain people. We keep doing a lot of polls. I keep doing polls, and people are saying, you know, we want a episode weekly. I'll try my best with that. We also posted one a couple like yesterday. It was like, would you like to have 2 this week? Because I have 2 in the chamber already. Keep in mind, by the time this comes out, those have been already uploaded. 27 is very. I like to change some of the words a little bit about what I said, but just about myself, about my personal existence and all that stuff. I talked about it. And I said something along the lines of, in reality, this is a reality for some people, but this is not truly a reality for me because I talked about this as well. I said, due to the fact that my mother likes to live through me, in a sense, it feels like it, though she'll never admit it. I feel like I am nothing. I feel like I am nothing, and I can't say that. I'll rephrase. I'll rephrase and say, I feel like there's very little of me. And it's not the matter of relation. It's not what I'm talking about. Being relating, saying, oh, that's cool too. It's the fact of, again, I tell the story of how we're talking about colleges. And she was talking about, if you get into this one, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. Basically bragging. And I said, that's for you, it's not for me. And she admitted later on, without my knowledge, of course, about how she was right. It is for her. So it came to a realization of, at least back at that point, that I said, oh, I am nothing. I'm an extension of her life. She's living through me. I believe most of that statement still to be true. I just believe that I am something outside of her. And it's sort of like I have adapted my own thoughts, and this is me. But as far as my achievements in existence, I believe so much of it she takes credit for, that it's like, what actually is mine? The warped perception of people that she is told, what warped perception a lot of people have is that, oh, I'm fucking perfect, and there's this fucking standard that's been set for me, and my achievements don't really speak for themselves. So that's just a little clarification on my end of the last part, just in case, you know, she sees it or someone else sees it and doesn't really appreciate the words. But in a sense, I still do kind of believe it, but it's just something I've come to accept in the end. This is all shit that I would like to have open discussion about because we can move fucking forward. This is shit. It's just something that makes sense. You know, but, you know, 6 months. 6 months is a long time, but to go from where we started and to get to where we're at, you know, damn near 30 episodes in at the 6 months exact anniversary of my first uploaded episode. I have to say, this is a very fun time. I've enjoyed this a lot, and if I know it'd be this damn fun, I would have started this shit 2 years earlier, when shit was like really picking up. Yeah, I definitely would have started this shit earlier, but we're here now, 6 months in, and we're gonna keep this shit pushing, and hopefully you guys can see me grow throughout the years, and hope you guys grow with me. We can all get better as a generation, as a people. Also, shout out to my friend Daly. Talked to her, says she watches all the episodes. So, shouts out to you. Shouts out. Appreciate it. It means a lot. Also, shout out to everybody who watches these and actually watches them, you know. Because I don't really give a shit about likes. But to me, it's like, I want anybody to watch this of all ages and to take something away from it. It could be anything. Let it be something you laugh at, something you agree with, something you disagree, something that makes you think, or whatever. I want that to be something that happens throughout every episode. Some feeling of, okay, it wasn't a waste of time. I'm kind of glad I watched that. And I would like I would like this to go viral simply for the fact of people watching it and allowing people to think, because too many people are becoming sheep and falling asleep mentally and not wanting to think and have people make decisions for them. And we get nowhere. And thinkers are becoming an endangered species. That's why I personally believe that people who are conspiracy theorists, I believe that I respect the shit out of those people because they're thinkers. They think of shit that no one thinks of. Oh my god, someone from Alex promoted it and he said it's just being weird. But anyways, he promoted the previous episode that's already been uploaded, episode 27, I believe. Anyway, during the time of this recording. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna start calling conspiracy theorists thinkers for me because that's what they do. They think, and they go out and they ponder shit that no one thinks about. And if that was the case, I am technically a conspiracy theorist, but that's just a story for another day. Thank you for all watching episode 29 of the Smorgasbord Podcast. 6 months, 29 episodes in. Our goal is to become one of the best, if not the best podcast in the world. You know, basically the next Joe Rogan, but being me. Joe Rogan is fucking awesome. Yeah, all y'all stay safe, stay mentally healthy, you know. Guys want to talk at all, contact me on any of my Instagrams. Instagram might not work for it, so it's a KingBob1092 or tuba.mike or here on the Smorgasbord Podcast. If you're on YouTube, go over and follow us on all those social medias and if you're on here, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stay safe. Love y'all. Bye-bye.